All right, so we're back with part two. Crisis averted. Little neighbor dog apparently got out
Little
of
West
its
End.
fenced yard, so it got corralled, but boy, it was friendly. So, music. What do you like as music?
I like all types of music. When I'm out in the field, I usually like to listen to like oldies hits, or I usually look up like a safe work playlist so nothing's too explicit, like while I'm out there working and people have to listen to that. I like older rock because my dad used to listen to that. I do like jazz music because back when we had like puppies back in the day, we used to put on jazz music for them so it would settle them down and they weren't like crying in the daytime. And they actually really relaxed when you played the jazz music for them.
Wow.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Hey, you guys are going to learn jazz.
um, what else? What else? I do like not a whole lot, but I do like the newer like electric type music, like with mostly beats, less lyrics. Country's okay sometimes. I'm not like a super huge fan of country, but I will listen to it. I do have a few select songs that I do like. Hip hop. Not I used to like rap a lot, but I don't like it much anymore because it's just a little bit too explicit for me. I don't like a lot of the stuff that they sing about.
Now, I like Here Comes that Hot Stepper. The Hot Stepper by Annie Kamosi.
I don't think I know
I don't
that
think I
one.
know that one either.
Here Comes a Hot Stepper. I mean, there's no explicit language in it.
Uh-huh.
I mean, and actually, he sounds like he's from the islands, but he's not.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually grew up in England, and that's where he lives and records. And it's called, the Hot Stepper. But Shaggy and his Love Me, which he recorded with Janet Jackson. And that,
Shaggy, I think I know a couple of his songs.
yeah,
He's got a
Boombastic.
yes, yes, yes. That's
Yeah.
exactly who I thought it was.
Yep.
He's got a couple of bangers.
Yeah, Boombastic, was really,
Yeah,
it was a big hit.
that's
It was
another
a
one
hit,
that I'll
yeah.
still dance to if it comes on today.
Yeah, because that really, I mean, it's such a good island song.
Mm-hmm.
And, now, I don't know if you have seen pictures of him when he first started recording
Mm-mm.
to what he looks like now.
I honestly can say I don't think I've ever even seen what he looks like.
You need to look up pictures of when he first started recording and pictures of him when he was recording in the 90s. And the transformation is pretty wild.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things that, I mean, I don't know much about, people like Lady Gaga,
Yeah.
other than I in pictures she looks like a layers and layers of makeup.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's on purpose or if that's a part of her
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
style.
just a Hollywood thing. Like when you're in Hollywood, I think it's more like you don't have so much of a say over what you wear. I think it's more like you're being dressed like people are doing your makeup, they're doing your hair, like you're basically just a
Yeah,
doll.
A canvas.
they'd have an easy job with my hair. The I I'm not big into the Hollywood scene.
Yeah.
I think that it's way over the top.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was that one actor who was paying $25,000 a month in rent, and he wound up getting evicted. It's like you had to live in a place. You're a bachelor, and you have to live in a $25,000 a month place to try to impress people.
Yep. And then it's like people get famous and they're relying on the fact that they're going to retain that fame and retain the income that's coming in. And a lot of times, like, you see one hit wonders. Like, they come in, make a really good song or something, they get all their money, and that's all they really wanted to do. Some people are really smart with their money after they're done being the one hit wonder, but then you've got the people that are constantly trying to do the next big thing, the next best song, next person to be number one on top, and they're constantly getting all these nice cars, nice houses, and it's like one day you're not going to be as big as you once were because there's always these upcoming people that are getting big as well. And I don't know. I think it's just a large lifestyle to try to upkeep with, especially if you're not going to retain the fame in the long run. So it's
Yeah.
nice, I guess, for now. I don't know if they really have plans for the long run because a lot of them, they come from nothing and they kind of almost forget where they come from as far as not having anything. So once they get stuff, it's like they spend it like it's nothing.
And that's what I admire about Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre just became a legitimate billionaire.
Wow.
He is a genius when it comes to recording.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if back in the 90s, if you wanted a hit, you went to Dr. Dre to record because he is so incredibly talented.
Yeah.
He just has that, not only the ear, but his mind works in a fashion that just knows what sounds should be complementary, what sounds should be on top, what's really going to come through in that music, what do you accentuate. But I just read a great article about him, becoming a legitimate billionaire,
Mm-hmm.
and he did it through investments.
Yeah.
He is a very shrewd businessman.
Mm-hmm.
So in addition to having this incredible, talent to produce, it turns out that he is an incredibly wise businessman,
Mm-hmm.
and he manages his money. Now, I'm sure he doesn't live in a, small home like, I live in,
Yeah.
but something tells me that he probably has a nice place, but not like some of these $125 million places, like the one that just sold down in South Florida.
Yeah.
$125 million for a property. Now, I understand that they have money, and that's great. They earned it. Jeff Bezos likes to spend his on, his girlfriend, bless him, his ex-wife. She gives so much money away to charities,
Mm-hmm.
which we need more of those people.
Yeah.
Just like Bill Gates' ex-wife, she gives a tremendous amount of money to charity.
That's
Why
good.
can't we have people that are like, why don't we hear about Taylor Swift really donating some money to charities, to good causes?
Oh gosh, you rarely ever hear that, especially with the big ones that have the money to be able to do it.
And I had in my volunteer work, I had to go out to,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to test the home of a country singer.
Oh wow.
And I've done it, 4 or 5 times in the past
Mm-hmm.
out there. And when I got there, I was like, wow, I don't know if it's a he or a she,
Mm-hmm.
but everything, the entire front everything had been covered up so you couldn't see through the gate, you couldn't see through the fences or anything. So I'm assuming that he or she is on tour,
Yeah.
out somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But while it is a nice place, it's probably, maybe a $5 million property,
Yeah.
which, hey, listen, that's a heck of a nice home.
Mm-hmm.
But compared to many of the, people, that's probably a pretty modest place.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that, being a country musician, he or she is not poor.
Yeah.
That was a certainty.
Right.
I mean, I know when they are there, there is a guy who's in a black SUV with completely blacked out windows. And I had to pull up and do some volunteer at the backflow at that property. And the next thing I knew, up pulls this black SUV and out gets this guy who blacked out the sun. I mean, the guy had muscles on him that I like, you know, I'm like, wait, oh, wait, yeah, that's your bicep. And he's like, what are you doing here? And then I went to my trunk and I said, well, I'm going to get my gear out. And oh, you're the guy from the county. Okay. And it was like this big, huge
Yeah,
guy.
real big
I mean,
guy.
yeah, I'd venture to say he's probably, 6'6", maybe 325 pounds.
Yeah, I was
nothing
gonna.
but
Yeah,
muscle.
yeah.
Well, whoever it is, they're safe.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, well, they have they have razor wire, and for those people that think they're going to be cute and use a ladder to get over the top, you can hardly see it, but there's a very thin electrified wire.
Nice.
So right. So if they do try that,
Mhm.
they're going to be in for a real shock.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. Wake up call.
It's like down at the John Deere dealership. If you ever go by there in Palmetto,
Hmm.
their entire fences are electrified because one time they had somebody crash through with a big dump truck and they made off with half a dozen of the
Dang.
big tractors and things. So they had to go to the trouble of putting up special fences with fortified steel barriers
Oh my goodness.
and electrified. So I guess it's a commentary on, what's going on in our world
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
That people do that. But I want to kind of bore down on one particular thing now.
Mhm.
You're in that age group where there's a lot going on in the world. And there are a lot of people that supported the person who's creating a lot of what's going on. And now they've moved rapidly away. The war in Iran. Now, me, I had to fight in a war, a true war, not what's going on there. I mean, the Vietnam War was the last real war we fought. Death is not pretty.
No.
And there's no fun in killing somebody. And for me, I mean, I got in such close quarters, I literally was probably no more than the doorway away from, people that I had to shoot. And now I'm hearing that there's a group of young women on the internet that have formed a group, and it is specifically to take back what they think is theirs, which is the country. They want more women and less rich white men in Washington. And they're now, because a lot of them used to support the current president, but now they don't. They're very vehement in the fact that we don't need all this hatred in America. So now he's determined that, okay, he's going to come up with some rules to try to prevent them from being able to organize and come out against him in their podcasts. Your feeling on that?
I mean, can he really stop them, or they can do it anyways? Is he going to be able to legally stop them from doing it?
It's freedom of speech.
That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, it's freedom of speech. So you have the right to say whatever you so please, unless I guess it's going to get you in a lawsuit or something.
I'm in total agreement. To me, speech is something that's been protected
I'd say maybe be careful with your speech. Use words like allegedly, so you're not directly accusing someone of something if you're going to say something about them, but you just got to be knowledgeable with what you say and make sure that you're not defaming anybody, defamation.
I think if you look at his record of all the lawsuits that he's filed
Mhm.
alleging that they defamed him, now most of them have been dismissed. A couple of them got settled because they didn't want to go through the legal expense.
Mhm.
But it bothers me. He sued the Internal Revenue Service. Now, he's the president.
Mhm.
The IRS is a government agency. He sued them and is suing them for $10 billion. He feels the IRS should have to pay him $10 billion because somehow people got a hold of tax records
Mhm.
of his. Well, you were supposed to disclose them anyways,
Yeah.
but so a president suing a government agency for 10 billion, which is going to come out of the taxpayer's pocket,
Mhm.
it's bad enough that we're the ones paying the tariffs, in the higher prices. So I look at it, he's fair game. To me, I I bless those women that are willing to organize and try to make change.
Yeah.
Stand up.
Yep.
Right.
We need to.
By all means, yeah. At the end of the day, stand up for what you believe in. Like, don't let anybody, even, president, make you afraid. Like, if you have a voice, use it.
And I think, again, and I think I've said it to you before, you two represent the future of how this country is going to be run. I'm too old to run for anything.
Mhm.
I mean, and my views are, I would say, not conservative, they're not progressive. I believe in human rights.
Mhm.
Right.
I don't like to see people dragged out of automobiles. I think it's it's criminal,
Mhm.
but that's me. And I'll be honest, and this is going to get on the air. I think that the International Criminal Court, when Donald Trump is out of office, he, Pete Hegseth, Marco Rubio, and Stephen Miller, I think they're all going to be indicted by the International Criminal Court for war crimes.
Well, that'll be something.
We know there are over 10,000 satellites in the sky.
Mhm.
When that missile was fired that hit that school where the children, 170 school kids, were killed
Mhm. That was in Iran?
in Iran,
Okay.
that missile was tracked from its firing point to where it landed. There is proof positive, forget beyond a reasonable doubt, is 100% positive that missile came from an American vessel.
I did not know that.
So everything that leaves the ground goes in the air. It doesn't matter if it's an aircraft. It doesn't matter if it's a drone that somebody's using. If it gets off the ground, it is being picked up by satellite.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that'll be tracked.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's just, now Brucey, a friend of mine, he's a guy I've known way back. And he brought his drone over here one day. And I've been trying to tell the old bat, that we should get a drone and put it up. She's behind her home. She has a lake with gators.
Mhm.
And I think it'd be fun to get a drone because but the drones, a lot of the cameras have the view where you can pull it in real close, what do they call that?
The zoom in.
The
when
zoom
you
in,
Yeah.
yeah, and do that, and it'd be cool to get a couple of, of those kind of videos.
So-
But yes, they're up there, and they're recording. So everything that's been going on in the Strait of Hormuz, missiles leaving Iran, going elsewhere, missiles leaving either our vessels or aircraft or whatever, those have all been recorded. The same thing that goes on with Israel and Lebanon and the Hezbollah and all of that, it's all tracked.
Mhm.
So we know that Israel had the same problem. They have just been helter-skelter with some of their attacks and killing children. And I don't believe in it. I mean,
They're doing it to their own people, aren't they? Israel? Or is that somewhere else? I might have them mixed up. That's why I'm asking with a question mark, because I'm trying to keep track.
There are a lot of Israelis that don't want to see their country killing innocent civilians.
Mm-hmm.
We have, unfortunately, we have a group of warmongers, and Trump is going to pardon the rest of them. Another couple of thousand people that are going to get pardons that, from their criminal activities. It's amazing that we have a president who, he pardoned a guy his first term. The guy went back to criminal activity, got convicted, and was supposed to pay back a huge amount of money, $10 million or so. Trump pardons him again. I mean, where have we gone that now, and amazingly, that same gentleman made a very large seven-figure donation to Trump's, his non-governmental organization, which is a nonprofit, which he controls, and yet we never see the tax returns for. So, is it a quid pro quo? These are all things that, unfortunately, your generation is going to have to deal with, because he's the president, and I don't believe in assassination. So, if there's any people that watch this, I want to make it clear, I don't believe in assassinating a president. If he's to be removed, we do it the right way, and that's through voting power. That's the way it happens. But I don't believe, just like I don't believe in Trump going after politicians, out of revenge. I don't believe in that. And I don't believe that he should be attacked and somebody try to assassinate him.
Oh yeah.
So,
especially on live TV, how they try to do it. That was insane.
And it's interesting you bring up that particular issue. One of his very ardent supporters of the MAGA movement has come out and made an allegation that it was a setup, his alleged assassination. As he pointed out, you'll notice Donald Trump said, well, he almost shot my entire ear off. And yet the very next day he appeared in public with just a tiny bandage on his ear. So there's some question being raised by his former supporter, regarding that issue. And, these are things that, as a society, the young men and women between the ages of 20 and 45, this is going to fall on your shoulders for the next couple of decades. And right now, we have a national debt that has topped the $39 trillion mark. Now, I like to read true stories. I don't like to read, books that don't carry any truth to them.
Mhm.
And it is amazing to me to look at the backgrounds of some of the incredible young people that are being educated in colleges, that are coming out with degrees in economics, as a prime example, that are what would be termed whiz kids.
Mhm.
These are kids that they already have such an incredible grasp of international economics, microeconomics, macroeconomics, international. They're already working on ideas on how can we attack the deficit and still manage as a society to take care of those who paid into the system already.
Mhm.
And to read about some of their ideas, it's like, why hasn't some of these old rich white men, of course, and the answer is because they don't want change.
That's what I was exactly gonna say. If you were gonna ask me, that's what I was gonna say. They don't want that. That's why it hasn't happened.
That's their personal gold mine. The benefits that go along with it. I mean, look at that one woman, Christine Nome, or I don't know if I pronounced that right or not,
I think so, yeah.
but bought a $49 million jet on government dollars. I mean, where's the accountability? You've got a government worker going out and buying a $49 million jet. What? I mean,
I'm just laughing because that's not what I thought you brought her up for.
I don't. What is she? Well, fill me in on the dirt now, because I don't know anything about her.
I just saw that her husband has some activities that he likes to do. You probably didn't hear about him.
No.
Because I can tell by your reaction.
Well, I mean, I try to avoid politics, and usually I wouldn't be talking this, but
Well, me either. That was just on TMZ, I'm pretty sure. And when I saw it, I was like,
okay, guy. Well, let's see. We need to find out more out about that, gentlemen. Oh, and it's funny because TMZ just had a photo of a woman. Was it Kris Jenner? Was there a Kris Jenner?
yeah, that's Bruce Jenner's ex-wife.
Yeah,
The Kardashian.
One of the Kardashians.
That's the
right?
Kardashian mom.
She paid $300,000. This is alleged.
Yeah, allegedly Kristi Noem's husband
because
as well.
I don't know that for sure if it was Kris Jenner. I thought the article said Kris Jenner had spent $300,000 on a facelift, and she was willing to do a before, in 2025, and a year later, it showed the face already sagging. Now, I don't know why. I looked at the 2025 picture and I'm like, well, that's a pretty lady. Why in the name of heaven would she have?
I think it's something that you maybe have to keep up with because if I'm not mistaken, I did used to watch that Kardashian show and I know that that's not her first one. So I'm not sure if it's maybe something you have to keep up with every few years and after a while maybe it just doesn't hold up like the first time. I don't know.
Well, when they come up with $50 facelifts, I might be in the running, but until then, no facelift for me. My neighbors one day said, you need to, this is about a year ago before I really, because now that I've started working out, I'm sorry, are we keeping you awake?
No, yeah.
But they told me, you need to do something and, gain some weight back. I said, look, the only way my arms are getting bigger are with implants. So let's, and I can't afford implants. But I mean, it's true, because as we age, there are some people that they stay heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are, not a lot, but there are maybe 10% of the older population that lose weight.
Mhm.
And I've gone down from 205 pounds, and now it's a fight for me to maintain 165 pounds.
Mhm.
So, I mean, and that's the reason, all the cupcakes and everything else. I mean, it doesn't matter. Sweet tooth, got it. Mashed potatoes and gravy, love it. Chicken any way in the world, got it. I mean, if you want to take me to the Mexican restaurant and buy 3 or 4 of those racks of the Mexican, ribs, short ribs, I'm up for that. I mean, I, I won't eat liver and onions.
I don't think I've ever had it in my life.
I don't like liver.
I'm not eating liver and onions.
Mm-mm.
I'm not eating asparagus.
What?
I do not eat asparagus.
That's all right.
No.
Have you had it? How have you had it?
Well,
Just plain asparagus, or have you had it with like
Teriyaki.
sauce or?
what's that yellow cream sauce that supposedly goes over it?
Hollandaise?
Hollandaise. He's the cook in this family. You can tell that. And somebody had me try it that way.
I'd never heard of hollandaise with
And
asparagus.
I have, but I haven't tried it actually.
I tried to taste of it, and I'm sorry, but it's the texture. No.
What was it? Because sometimes it can be crunchy and sometimes it can be really like soggy tasting. And
Slimy.
when it's soggy and slimy, that's when I don't like it. But if
Okay,
you
well,
get the
give
fresh,
it Soggy and
asparagus.
slimy. We'll give it, four S's there.
Mm.
Super soggy, super slimy. So,
you
yeah.
gotta bake it. You gotta get the fresh asparagus, cut off the ends, and you wanna rub it with some. I don't know what kind of oil you like. I don't know if you like vegetable oil or some
Olive
people.
oil.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
people use
Extra
olive
virgin.
oil. But whatever oil you prefer, like rub it on there, and then you can put some like garlic salt over it, and then you top it with some teriyaki sauce, and you bake it just for like 20 minutes.
now
Really
the
good, actually.
asparagus growers are going to love you for that. They're going to be, see, people were telling you what you can do with this. And I'm going to tell you, growers, I will allow you to get in touch with her so that you can have her promote your product. But me, no to asparagus. I just really didn't like it.
Yeah,
It's
I'm that
like-
way with tomatoes.
Now, see, now I love tomatoes.
Can't eat them. Don't like them anyway.
Now, is it the texture?
I think it's just the taste. Like, even, okay, so say if we grab a sandwich from somewhere quick and I say no tomato, if the tomato comes on that sandwich, and even when I take it off, I can still taste the tomato juice on the burger.
The acid.
Yeah. And then it's a no for me.
It's a no for me either.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like tomatoes.
But wait a second. A good taco's got to have sour cream, chopped tomato. I mean,
No tomato, but sour cream, yes.
For a good taco, actually, the only thing you really need is cilantro, onions, and that's about
Queso
it. Or
fresco.
if you're into spicy, some salsa. But that's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
yeah, I don't, with my stomach, I don't really eat spices. They have a
Hey,
tendency
they get hot, yeah.
to do a number.
Mm-hmm.
And so
He understands the stomach thing. He can't eat certain things.
Yeah.
What is it, like egg yolk or egg whites,
Egg whites, yeah. I'm allergic to egg white.
sesame seeds?
Really?
Yes.
I've never heard of that.
Mm-hmm. So I only realized it growing up, actually, because I would eat it every day. You'd eat eggs. My mom would make me eggs for breakfast. That's actually my favorite thing for breakfast. Just eggs with ham, eggs with the hot dog bits. Anything. Eggs with chorizo. That's it. Growing up, I loved it. But throughout the day, not only would my stomach really hurt, right? Like it would almost feel like I was constipated. But I would go and try to use that nothing, right? Like it almost like irritated my stomach, and I would get hives all over my body.
Wow.
So it was such a thing, right? Where I was like, what am I, what am I eating that's like, causing all this? What am I touching? Allergies. Well, I stopped eating eggs, right? And that kind of stopped. But I actually went to a specialist. They gave me the test and all that. And then I had found out that egg whites, sesame seeds,
Shellfish.
shellfish like shrimp, I'm allergic to, and I would eat that, all the time too. But I thinking back, I'm like, wow, like my stomach did hurt, whenever I ate
Hmm.
that. Like it was always a bad day after. But yeah, that's what I would always tell like, man, like I remember eating eggs like every day. That's like one of my favorite things.
See, Sunday morning, it's bacon and eggs for me.
Oh,
5 rashers of bacon. I
mm,
buy the 25% less fat kind,
yeah,
but
yeah,
still, it tastes good.
yeah, right.
The bacon, so I'll have the 5 rashers of bacon and either 5 or 6 eggs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I try to pile the Sunday is my day for
Yeah,
big eating
right,
because,
right.
on Monday when I get out,
You want to
especially
have,
now with
yeah, full belly and everything, well rest. Yeah, I'm the same way too, because I always try to get either a good rest or a good meal before I know I'm gonna be starting out the week. Yeah.
So
So,
I guess one of the people you work with is looking to move the company that you work for.
oh yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I think I did hear something about that.
I think so. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty
Yeah, I
cool.
mean, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, the people that run your company. So I mean, you know, she's a good worker.
I will
I
say
mean,
it definitely is a different type of experience.
Yeah,
You know, uh,
it's a lot.
yeah, and especially for like my position, I'm doing grunt work. I'm in the trenches, then I'm in the hole, digging. At least up to my chest. I'm switching out clean out, so I'm switching out where it's like poop coming out of the sewers. I'm in there. So it's really tough grunt work. Um, and of course, it's not always going to be like that. I'll, move up and,
right.
but for that position now as a apprentice, as a helper, it's tough. It really is tough. And I actually, I learn every day to be grateful for it because it kind of helps me to prepare myself when I'm there alone, where I'm there, in those situations and I don't have, say, my lead or someone else there to help me out. I've always told her too that like I get stuck with the guys with the tougher jobs, like no matter what. Like
He
I'm,
has. He's been getting a lot of the tougher jobs, at least it feels like for the last
oh
month,
man,
month straight.
yeah, it's been rough, but I always say whoever is coming in and willing to work and learn, like they'll succeed, but it does come with their with the wall how should I say drawbacks because it is tough, very tough line of work.
Well, they only give the hard ones to the people they know they can trust to do
Oh
it.
yeah, for sure.
Oh man, I remember he came home and I was scared one night because something happened where like the
The
liner got stuck
y-
in the
yes,
line
so
and
what had happened was we do what's called lining to the drain pipes. We essentially whatever is broken inside the pipe, say like a hole or something, we come
Right.
in with the liner, and we stuff a packer, which has this lining material that we pretty much secure it into it. So once we put it in there, uh, uh, we inflate it and then it turns on the UV lights, which hardens the material. And from there, we're able to take out the packer from wherever it is to clean
Mm-hmm.
out. Wherever the packer is put in. During the process, somehow the packer would not come out. So the first time around, the two guys that had been on that job got it stuck. They sent us out, me and my lead, to go and help them out. We could not get it out. So the guys that were there were doing everything to like pull on it. So they had rope and everything, and they would literally like go on the floor, grab the rope, and literally just try to pull in like inching it. And they were inching it out from like 30 feet out. They barely got like 10 feet out of the drain. And one of the guys had like marks on his shoulders, on his
You had
back.
marks on
I
your
had
shoulders.
I
I
tried to
was
do it too,
worried.
you know, because I was pulling too. With all my strength I was pulling, I had some marks on my shoulders for trying. Uh, but we had eventually had to chip out the floor and everything and get it out. Well, we went to the same job to finish the job lining it, right? We got it stuck. So that was another, rodeo trying to get that out. We ended up chipping out, part of the closet to even get like some sort of, pipe there that we can get through. We cut it through, and it was another nightmare, but
All right, well, I think if any of the pipes break in here or leak or anything, we're not gonna be, put any plugs in, I think we'll,
yeah, and that's the thing too, is that like it should have been easy jobs, right? Where it's like, yeah, it's gonna be, this and that, one, two, three, but getting into it and actually like going through it, anything can happen, and
Yeah.
that's like.
Oh, that's not your phone.
No,
Okay,
no, no.
I wanted to see the
No.
screen.
No, it's yeah. I saw it after it was ran over, and he was trying to take it out of the case, and I saw how much glass was inside of the case, and I was like, "You're gonna get shards all over my car. You need to do that outside the car." Did you drop it off to get fixed?
Mhm.
That's what I thought.
It's getting fixed now.
Well, I mean, I, you know, I feel for you because I did that with a pad, so
Yeah,
it's no fun.
Yeah,
He's lucky that we have our locator app, because the only reason that we knew it was still in the middle of the street is because we have each other's locations, and I saw it not moving in the middle of the road.
Well, that was a good thing. At
Yeah.
least you knew right where it was at.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I think we'll call it today. I think next week Sam is coming.
Yay, Sam!
I think next week Agent Sam is going to make it, and I suspect that day the Bat will sit in a chair and get involved because Sam is really, she is so unique.
Yes, she is.
She really is.
She's
She-
got
love
some
her.
good stories. She's hilarious.
She is hilarious.
And of course, oh, that's right. You were at the plumbers meeting.
Yes.
Now, as you know, nobody was expecting me to show up.
No, it was a big surprise for all of us.
And I'm like, how is it that the two owners of the business that I do volunteer work for didn't look at the conversation and the day all this was going on, that I was making up all these excuses, and say, wait a minute, April 1st, it's April Fool's Day, he'll be there. No.
Yeah, but I think I talked to you about it too, and you were saying that you had your eye appointment or something that day, and it couldn't be rescheduled, but I didn't think it was April 1st that day. So I was convinced.
I had to carry through with everybody. everybody had to think, because I didn't want, otherwise somebody would have gone today and said, it was April Fool's Day, don't you? So I was like, yeah, nope, I gotta have to tell everybody, the same thing, the same story, so that way when I show up, and when I did, and Daisy looked at me and she's like, what are you doing here?
I was shocked. My jaw was dropped. I was like, Michael!
April Fool's Day, yeah. So, and then we'll do 2 weeks. I want you to come up with a topic that you really want to explore.
Okay. Yeah,
come up
definitely.
with something that we can, different. I really liked talking to you about, the culture issue.
Mhm.
I'm very open when it comes to different cultures.
Right.
I mean, I enjoyed traveling in China. I enjoyed traveling in Hong Kong.
Right.
I mean, I've been all over the world, Australia, um, South America, Europe.
You said all the states in the United States?
I've been in every state in the United States.
What's your favorite?
Ooh, I would have to say probably my favorite would be the mountains in Colorado.
I love Colorado. I've been there.
The mountains in Colorado are just as beautiful as it gets.
I've only ever been up as far as New York, Florida up to New York. That's about as far as I've ever been, but I love the mountains. I think I would love the mountains wherever I'm at. But even when you go up, what was it, in Clearwater? I think it was. No, it was the festival thing that we went to. Remember there
Plant
was hills
City.
and stuff?
Plant City.
Plant City, they've got even hills and like even when it's hilly, I just love elevation because it's always so flat here. You never get the elevation, you never get mountains, anything. So I think I would love just to see mountains anywhere that has mountains.
I mean, I think the Bat, with one of her husbands, I think they traveled through Colorado. I don't know if it was her first, second, or third. Might have even been her fourth. I don't know. But she, one of her husbands had a motorcycle. They used to hop on the motorcycle and, go traveling and hop on the highway and biker girl. I mean, it's so funny. I mean, to joke about that. I mean, when she and I first got together, we were gym rats, and you have no idea. This is a woman who we would go into the gym. She'd be curling bars 90 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean,
I took weightlifting in high school. I really enjoyed it. I wish I would have kept up with it a little more after high school, but life just got really busy. I started working and had to keep working.
for her, it's unfortunate, the multiple sclerosis issue.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
the big thing. But, I wouldn't trade her for anything. I mean, I joke about her as the Bat, the gray-haired old Bat. I joke about it, but, she is what keeps my life together.
She's your better half.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I mean, if it weren't for her, I suppose that, I don't know that I would have ever made it to 80 years old, if it weren't for her.
I hope you talk about me like that one day.
I talk about it like that all the time.
They forget so
I know
easy.
they do.
We do good things and say good things, and
All
they forget
the
so
time.
easy.
All the time.
But have a pad fly off the top of the car, and you never live it down. I mean,
Yeah.
have a phone slide off the top of the car. You never live it down.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, the second I made a peep about that, it was an issue.
Well,
I'm like, wow, Michael would have loved this.
oh yeah,
He's been wanting some arguing.
it'll be great. And I'm going to figure out, because I'm going to get a hold of YouTube, and I'm going to have them walk me through, because I want to be able to actually live stream so
Right.
people can write in and call in.
Yeah.
And I kept trying to set it up, and it says you have to go in and manage the broadcast, and I'm in there managing. I put the title on, I go through all of that, and then it says, okay, well, you have to connect with your OBS. I'm like, that's where I'm doing this from.
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah.
So I've made progress. I got the as you can see, the volume issue
great, yeah.
done. So I'm going to stop this for now. So everybody, so they'll be seeing you shortly again in 2 weeks. And thank you for stopping in.